Hello guys, and welcome to episode 11 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as the Tomb Kings on very hard difficulty. And today we're going to be taking King Thutep and Settra down south towards the second book of Nagash after colonising the Cursed Jungle here. We're also looking to find the battle with the followers of Nagash, with King Rakash here. He has a pretty damn badass army, and we'll be finding his way to this mysterious island. The other thing I was thinking about was maybe just destroying the Knights of Origo here, since they're just kind of in my way and they're not going to trade with me, so we may as well just take the settlement for ourselves, gain access to those spices, and then we can maybe try and secure the rest of this province by destroying Thegan's air entry and then following up with the followers of Nagash. So yeah, plenty to do. Let's have a look. We're saving money for a pyramid, so I'm gonna avoid the settlement upgrades for now. We're gonna avoid the mortuary cult. Everything else is done. Let's move on to the next turn. Abandoned Sphinx. Despite the best efforts of our chief necrotect, one of our tombs has started to sink back into the sand once more, before giving up its illustrious arcane secrets. If we do not act quickly to shore up its entrance, we risk losing everything we have thus far gained. To reinforce the workers, -8 growth, or we get -8% casualty replenishment rate. We definitely want the minus growth for now. I don't mind that too much. One thing I also notice is that Lakua over here is owned by the last defenders, so maybe it'd be worth going to take the western jungles over here. I might move King Thutep in that direction, and we'll see what we can do. Since he does have like a full army, we'll get him to Kuezotl, help sort out the public order here at the same time. And yeah, good stuff. Right, let's get Settra into the Cursed Jungle here. We'll colonise that, and we will level it up to crits. It's going to spend a little bit of our cash, but 2 turns it will take now to get the pyramid online. Right, after we've done this, we're going to be jumping into this treasure here. We'll pick that up and then make our way back towards Orion's camp. I'm hoping that the last defenders will be taken care of down here. However, generally the AI is not very reliable, and will not find victory over the last defenders. I still want to possibly get a peace treaty with them if I can. It would be quite nice, but on very hard difficulty, it seems as though nations just never want to have a peace treaty, which I guess is fine. Right, let's carry on. I'm going to pick up that abandoned camp. Landing on a small island, your warriors stumble upon an encampment. Debris and spilled accoutrements suggest this original incumbents left in a hurry. Then a roar pierces the air. Something is coming. Scavenge what you can and Scarper. So we can either get a boost to morale, movement, and army-wide generation in battle, or we can get increased movement range and quickly replenish armies. Not sure if we need the extra replenishment. Unless I think that's just for this army, isn't it? Maybe getting the mushroom stew would be a good idea. Extra physical resistance for the army for 10 turns. Sure, we can take that, since we are going to be going to war with the followers of Nagash very shortly. We're going to zoom down on the water, pop up at Martek, probably take that off them if we can. Seems like just in general, followers of Nagash aren't very strong. I looked at their strength rank and it's only 46, so we might be able to take them out if we're lucky. Right, so with the Cursed Jungle under our control, it might be worth taking the Serpent Coast, but I'm not so sure. I'm thinking we can just build up the obelisk to get the untainted leveled out. Alright, meanwhile we need to ignore the settlement upgrades and move on to the next turn. So I'm not sure how Thutep's going to get on against the last defenders, but I'm hoping that we're going to be able to take them out in the western jungle. Splendid structures. The cities of Nehekara are without compare in their scale and grandeur. However, time ravages stone just the same as flesh, and now our buildings are badly in need of restoration. Do you want minus construction cost for advanced military buildings or for infrastructure buildings? I think we want the militia restored, so let's get that. That allows us to upgrade these buildings, for example. And I can't believe we are like 200 short of the pyramid of King Fa. How sad. Let's try and get Settra onto the water here and into this treasure, and maybe we can find some cash. There we go. Okay, that works. Let's go ahead and build that. And the last building in Qatar will most likely be walls. I think it's just important to have walls everywhere. I have no idea what's going to happen later down the line. There may be an event in the campaign that spawns like multiple armies on our back line, like there was in the Vortex campaign, and then we're screwed if we're not ready for it. So yeah, let's head towards Lakwa anyway, and hopefully we can spot an army of the last defenders soon. There is also a Book of Nagash here actually. How do we claim that one? Because we may as well if we're here. First Book of Nagash, +1 hero capacity for all heroes, -50% hero action cost, and +10% hero action success chance. Defeat the following Lord's army. Okay, so it's a rogue army that's hanging around here. Interesting. So yeah, it might be worth having Settra head up to like Orion's camp, replenish himself, and sort of follow in King Thutep's footsteps towards the last defenders, and then we can destroy that rogue army, then move down and destroy this one further south. I think my expansion has been rather odd so far. And by that I mean we've kind of stayed away from the desert and gone into the jungle and the mountains, which is pretty odd, but hopefully King Rakash can do a good job here. We can move him round on the water, and we'll have him on land at Martek. This is Arkhan the Black's army though. I feel like King Rakash's army, however, is very strong indeed. And the garrison at Martek is not very strong. Okay, well at least we're in normal stance, so if he attacks me I should be fine. Mortuary Cult is getting to the point where we can unlock more stuff. We have 219 canopic jars. Surely there's something that we can spend them on. Like getting the Orisian's Legion of the Netherworld might be a nice idea. They are ethereal. What does that even mean? I'm not sure. I think it's like they take less damage from melee. But monstrous cavalry here. These guys would be very cool as well. The Venom Knights of Asfaf. That requires 300 canopic jars. The other thing that we can invest our canopic jars in is the heralds. And honestly, getting the Herald of Jaff here might be a good idea. I'm not sure what Deathblow does, but it sounds decent. Like, it sounds like an ability that like kills the unit, but like does a load of damage. kind of like a suicide skill. The other one we could get is the Herald of Marak, and I think that's probably a better choice. That will buff the armor and weapon strength of Tomb Guards. And we can give that to King Rakash, who currently has almost a full army of Tomb Guards.
There is no other king.
Right, my armies are all moved. I don't think there's anything we necessarily want to build. I could maybe get the Charnel Plaza here at Bagar for now, just to give us a little bit extra income. But that's it, so let's move on to the next turn. So Clan Moors and Clan Mulder are confederated, which basically just gives Clan Moors another army to use against the Last Defenders. So I'm hoping that that will mean that the Last Defenders loses their lands on that bottom side. We will have to wait and see. Stray slaves. Men whose flesh still crowds their bones, with hearts that continue to beat, have been found wandering the land, throwing themselves upon your mercy. They beg for their lives and the freedom to return to their faraway homes. The extra diplomatic relations with all factions would be really nice to secure new trade agreements, but I'm not sure if we're past that now. And -8 public order for 10 turns is like -80 public order overall. So if any of my provinces are below like 20, like -20, we're going to have rebellions. I think now we just go for the growth. Herald of Mahrak is available. So we're going to give it to King Rakash over here. And I'm actually going to go for this attack. I feel like we have a much superior army. Arkhan the Black does have Tomb Scorpions. But yeah, I think we're good. Let's quick save it and fight it on the battle map. So here's hoping that we are able to like win this battle, because if we can, that will open up a lot of land for us to take over from the followers of Nagash. Get our Tomb Guard ready. They can be our center line. Tomb Guard with halberds on the flanks. We'll have it like so, in a group. And we'll have our skeleton archers behind, of course. Turn off their skirmish mode. Put skeleton warriors on the flank on this side. They can be added to group 1. Chariots on one side, horsemen on the other. And the Ashabti can just stick with my main line.
I am reborn.
And the same with King Rakash here. He can actually try and solo Arkhan the Black. The other thing that we need to be careful of is, of course, Arkhan's magic. I think we'll be okay. Look at our army. So damn badass. Our Ashabti here. Looking very cool indeed. And what a battlefield. I mean, big old desert for an engagement between two Tomb King factions. It's perfect. Let's start the battle. It might be worth just going for an attack forwards, although it looks like they are coming to me. We do slightly have the high ground, I think. Hard to tell. Spread out these Tomb Guard on that side a little bit. might be worth just trying to dictate the pace of this. So I'm going to try and move forwards if I can. Get my Shabti and our leader. Continue forwards. Going to have King Rakash engage Arkhan directly. Going to have the Ashabti move over to this right side. Right, meanwhile, it's time to get our archers, our horse archers involved. So let's do that. We'll have our horsemen move around the sides. Arkhan's charged down some of my tomb guard. Let's bring back these skeleton archers and we'll use them to fire into the Felbats. Meanwhile, the rest of them can just fire at enemy skeleton archers. Where am I, Ashabti? I think they're doing quite a lot of damage on that right side. It looks like we're triggering their Realm of Souls tier very quickly. I'm going to bring these horsemen all the way across and charge into the skeleton archers there. The Ashabti did come back to attack my skeleton archers here. Or, well, to attack my skeleton horsemen, sorry. So far things are going pretty well. Leader dueling with Arkhan the Black here. Very cool indeed. Enemy spawned some Ashabti right in the middle of my skeleton archers. It's not very good. Run away, skeleton archers. Crazy stuff, right. These skeleton archers are crumbling. We need to sort of get out of there before the Ashabti catch up to us. Let's have the full strength squad go and charge down those chaps. We'll charge down the other ones there. Time to fire into the back of that engagement, I think. Alright, so far, so good. Look at that tomb scorpion. We haven't seen one of those in battle yet. Oh, that looks awesome. Very cool indeed. I've got to focus on what I'm doing elsewhere though, otherwise I'm going to be in a bit of a sticky spot. Shabti's still trying to chase down my horsemen. We're trying to break out of that engagement. Focus on those skeleton spearmen now. So my tomb guard holding strong. Skeleton archers are nearly dead there. The trouble is they do have quite high unit ranks. So in a continued engagement they do stick around and do a lot of damage. Which is kind of frustrating, but they are crumbling. And there they go, good. Well, let's now charge into the back of those skeleton archers. Looks like my skeleton horsemen here got caught out. Let's try and get them out of there. On this side, the skeleton horseman archers are doing a lot of damage to the back of the skeleton spearmen. We've nearly killed off the tomb scorpion here. He's a Shabti, still good to go. And I'm pretty sure that is death for the enemy. Their army has crumbled, and that's a decisive victory. We didn't lose a single unit except the skeleton archers that did get spawned upon by an Ashabti, so yeah, not really much I can do about that. But killing Arkhan the Black and his army is a big deal.
Victory, yes!
Very nice. Let's occupy Martek. Diplomatic relations with Tomb Kings, plus 20. A weapon strength, plus 25% when fighting against vampiric undead. Defeated Arkhan the Black. Right, here we're going to want to have the obelisk for now, just to sort out the public order. And then what I'm going to want to do is maybe move on to Eye of the Panther here, to take out the other army that followers of Nagash have. Or we can just continue round the coast of Araby, take Kofa over there. Currently got 7 turns until the Wisdom of the First Dynasty is complete, and then we get another army that can help us clean up these provinces over there. The other good thing about being over there is we are close to another Book of Nagash. Let's get the obelisk finished at the Cursed Jungle. I think it might be worth upgrading this sooner than later as well, just so that we can get the second tier of the obelisk to stop the Untainted. I want to work my way over to King Thutep here, or even Orion's camp, and it looks like the best idea is to just use the water to get as far as possible. King Thutep, he can creep up on Lakua, so let's do that. And well, if it's not defended, then it might be worth taking it. But what I'm going to do is try and hide the army with an ambush stance. Because then they won't try and defend it if they don't see the army there. Right, Death's Head Monolith is probably owned by Skaven, I would assume. Maybe not. But either way, King Rakash leveled up. Let's get the Canopic Jar Hoarder on the go again. These Canopic Jars are really, really useful. And now I have that follower as well. The extra armor and weapon strength for these Tomb Guard is going to be so good. Right, nowhere else to really spend cash, I don't think. Akatara can spend cash, but we want to get the Desert Lookout. We're working on the Pyramid of King Fa. We finished the Pyramid of King Amenemhutem. Currently trade's bringing us in 1,600 per turn. Pretty good, actually. Right, let's end the turn. So we're going to get quite a lot of population surplus in the next few turns due to one of the events that happened. I'm hoping that I might be able to take the capital of the followers of Nagash though. Entropy increases. In cities as old as the deserts, it is natural order that even the finest buildings eventually crumble and fall. One of our largest temples has started to collapse, and we fear that it will soon topple, bringing down calamity. Should we reinforce it? Reinforce it reduces construction costs for all buildings in all regions for 40 canopic jars, or we can gain 40 canopic jars and we get damaged buildings. I think we take the damaged buildings. Where did that occur? Well, it hasn't yet. I'm assuming that will happen later down the line. Let's get Settra into friendly territory. And the Necrotech leveled up. The Necrotech's now level 10, so let's get Inscription of Repair. Increases casualty replenishment rate for construct units. Then we're going to go for Statuesque Sentinels to gain more unit capacity for Ushabti. King Rakash here, he can head towards Eye of the Panther. Not sure if that's a good idea or not though. So we can also head towards Kofa. And I feel like securing more like provinces or more settlements in the province would be a better idea. And we can keep an eye on where King Intes goes. Damaged buildings at the Golden Tower. There we go. Settlement upgrade available. Southern Badlands. I wanted to build the statuary of Khemri for a long time, didn't I? At Gorgazan and Galbaraz. We're currently building up the pyramid of King Fa here, aren't we? Is there anything special we can build at Galbaraz? No. I think I am just going to go for the statuary of Khemri. Unlocking the ability to get more Ushabti seems like a good idea. There is one settlement upgrade available at the Lost Plateau. I think I'm just going to avoid spending my cash on that for now. And everything's moved, so we'll move on to the next turn. I've really been enjoying this campaign so far, and if you guys have as well, make sure to let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you guys coming along to watch this series on my new channel. It really helps me out, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy Total War gameplay as much as I do, because it's something that I want to continue doing, and I hope that the channel picks up enough that I have a reason to continue it, because the channel is sort of a test to see whether or not enough people from my initial following enjoy Total War to watch it on a separate channel. Alright, let's get towards Orion's camp. We need to get Settra his replenishment. Doesn't look like he's going to get it this turn. But King Thutep can definitely go and take Lakua. Might take a battle in order to complete, so let's quick save it and fight it on the battle map. So there isn't actually much defending this. I think I might just come over to this left side here, avoid as many towers as possible. Might take us a little bit longer to get to the walls, but we don't want to be walking in front of 5 towers. It's a very bad idea. And we'll have the Nehekara warriors go up the walls first. We'll have all of these units stay on the far left because then they can't get hit by towers. Same with this Casket of Souls. We'll have King Thutep try and bash down the gate, I think. Alright, let's grab our Nehekara warriors. We'll go for the climb. We'll also climb up on the left side of this gate, since it does look like there's a skink cohort up there. Let's get these skeleton archers forwards as well. And I'm going to bring them over to this left side, so they're only in range of 1 tower. Casket of Souls can fire away as soon as it likes. Speed things up. I might just have King Thutep honestly just go up onto the walls. It'll probably be easier than trying to knock down the gate on his own. Archers are in positions. They have a very good sort of crossfire here onto the walls, which is good. So you can see them starting to do a lot of damage. Units just disintegrating entirely. Here comes King Thutep. Get himself some kills, I'm sure. Look at him go. Love it. He's going to do a lot of damage here. The missiles coming in as well are chewing up those formations. We've taken control of these towers, so they're no longer firing on my archers as well. I'm just going to stagger my archers forwards a little bit. I'm also going to have my chariots and horsemen now come over and try and knock down one of the gates so they can get inside. Although we probably could just try and capture the gate.
Sacrifice them.
Right, time to get my Nehekara warriors to engage the Saurus warriors with shields. Look at these guys. I haven't had a good look at Nehekara warriors yet. Certainly nimble skeletons, I'll tell you that much. Although they kind of are dwarfed in comparison to the Saurus warriors. Well, that casket of souls there just did a very nice attack into their units.
Tomb King.
King Thutep doing a lot of work up here, it feels. He does have the potion of speed. I guess he can use that more when he has a mount. I might stop this Casket of Souls from firing. It seems like that's just going to do more friendly fire. Okay, well, that's this gate pretty much captured and taken, I think. Let's come down here, we'll have King Thutep engage Tiidza. Also going to get my skeleton archers inside now. We'll have them line up and start spraying down the Croxagores.
Tomb King. Sacrifice them.
Alright, these units, I might just have one continue to chase down the skink cohort. The other Nehekara warriors can come over here and join the fresh units that have just come off the walls. Skeleton archers are arriving, let's just speed things up. So my Tomb King's absolutely annihilating their leader, which is good. Considering we control this gate, I'd like to know why we let them out. But there we go. Right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, the Nehekara warriors are being demolished by Kroxigors. Not what we like to see. Okay, let's pull them back. We will get some more units to engage there. I was hoping that we'd get our archers into position before we engage the Kroxigors, but never mind. The skeleton archers are nearly in position. And we'll be able to start firing away very shortly. Alright, so let's speed things up. I'll get my king to come over here. The Nehekara warriors can back off. Because with this missile damage coming down, Kroxigors won't last long. Right, we did lose one unit of Nehekara warriors, I think. But that is a decisive victory. And the settlement is ours. With any luck, we'll be able to re-recruit into this army in this settlement.
Victory in undeath.
Let's occupy it. And we have access to a quicksand swamp, so we can recruit horsemen. Do I want horsemen though? Probably not. I think we just want some skeleton spearmen to fill the ranks for now. And we'll move on to the statue of the gods and take that from the last defenders as well.
Attend your king.
King Thutep leveled up. We'll max out Conqueror. And unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So moving on, we will see what we can do with King Rakash up at the followers of Nagash. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.